Hello everyone and welcome to our first installment of Ask Me Anything, an opportunity to ask your local nerdy biomechanist any question you can think of relative to health and fitness. And today, I'm answering the question posed, is jogging for women a quality way to lose weight? And what are the effects of joint impact from jogging? So, what I've got here is three main points. First of all, jogging is very high impact and thus very high risk. Two, what is the caloric expenditure over time and is it worth it? Is the impact worth the expenditure method? And three, a few alternatives. But the main point today is that it's a high impact, high risk exercise. One of the ways I like to assess whether or not the impact is going to be detrimental to your body, even when it comes to walking, and to show folks, to give them a biofeedback tool to find out if there is truly impact, what I ask them to do is I ask them to plug their fingers in their ears and then take a walk. I know it sounds goofy, but when you put your fingers in your ears, you can close off the system and hear the thud of your heel as you take each individual step. Now, there's been quite a bit of research out there on whether or not this impact is going to affect you over a long period of time. I like to ask folks to think about a nail and a hammer. That if you can strike a nail straight in with just very small taps over time, no issues, and the system works the way it's supposed to. Unfortunately, most humans nowadays have extremely lordotic and kyphotic postures. That's a bent nail. And when you try and strike that bent nail in, oh man, it does not work out the way you want it to. So keep that in mind when you start to decide whether or not jogging is appropriate for you. Anything with a repetitive heel strike is going to end up sending shock all the way up your body. And the weakest of your joints and muscles will take the thunder and eventually end up in some form of overuse injury. So, your assessment. Fingers in ears, is there impact there? Next, caloric expenditure. Most folks, when they say they're going on a jog, that means they're going to be out for an extended period of time, 20, 30 minutes, etc. This individual that wrote in said she goes on a jog in the morning and a jog at night with a little bit of cycling in the middle of the day. Well, that's quite a bit of caloric expenditure. Unfortunately, the intensity level of that expenditure may not be enough to truly access fat stores in the moment and over the course of the day to raise her metabolism to any substantial level. So, we'll talk about an alternative to that here in a moment. Is the impact worth the expenditure over time? My vote is no, it is not. There are quite a few other quality ways to expend calories while not beating your body into the ground, quite literally here. What are those? Well, the first is sprinting. When we sprint, we activate a completely new joint, and that is the calf joint, right back here, which thus comes down through the heel and connects there, inside the foot. So, if you can raise all the way up onto your toes, by adding that next level of effort, you're going to be taking effectively the impact off of your body and adding it to your calves. There's plenty of research out there that says coming up onto your toes is going to reduce impact. However, that then puts the impact into the musculature in the bottom of your foot and in your heel. So a very slow progression needs to be followed therein. Matter of fact, there's even a lawsuit out right now against the Vibram company who claimed that, or that society has claimed, that they were selling their shoes based on the health benefits for your feet. I still believe that coming up onto your toes is a quality way, or more specifically, taking heel impact out of your running in or jogging is worth your time. Following an appropriate progression to train the musculature at the bottom of your foot and thus bringing you up onto your toes or leaning into your exercise is a quality way to experience running slash sprinting. Jogging still sounds like a lot of heel impact to me, and I'm not a fan of heel impact. The next, to completely remove impact in general and take the oscillating motion from up and down and thus impacts from a sprinting or from a jogging or even a fast walk to a spinning option. Spinning allows no impact at all. There's no sharp edges to a spinning motion. This is getting on an elliptical or getting on a stationary bike or actually experiencing one of these spinning classes at your local health club or on a stationary cycle. Folks often ask, is riding my bike outside going to be as good for me as spinning? Well, first I ask them to qualify good for me. There's quite a bit of benefit to riding your bike outside. It's not going to be as intense because of the environment that you're in. Spinning will literally melt the fat right off of your bones and right off your body. Very few things are as good for you systemically as spinning on an indoor stationary cycle. Next, weight training. Weight training exercise, when done appropriately and under the supervision of a trainer like myself or one of the folks that work here at Advanced Body Dynamics, can activate quite a few muscles in your body, if not all of them when done appropriately. And that form of resistance training will ask your body to recruit energy stores without impact. This is a quality option right here. It's only a matter of time until this Ask Me Anything will lead us towards, is strength training for women appropriate? We'll get there eventually. Quite often I'm asked, well, what if I'm going to bulk up? We'll get there. Different fallacy altogether. And finally, my personal favorite, a strict meal plan. And when I'm saying strict, I'm talking about adding different filters into your food silo to help you make decisions about what eventually ends up making it into your body. More on this later, strict meal planning. There are quite a few popular meal plans out there right now that will help burn calories from the inside. The thermogenic effect of protein, the reduction of carbohydrate intake, in conjunction with spinning, sprinting, or weight training will only increase your results as far as weight loss or body fat reduction are concerned. If you have any questions, go ahead and place them in the comments below. We will continue to do this once a week until people stop asking us questions, which there are quite a few questions out there. So again, the 3 points relative to jogging for weight loss in women. Number 1, it's high impact and thus higher risk than the options that I've given you right down here. Second, is the caloric expenditure over time worth the impact? No, it is not. It's just not a high enough intensity for you to really access those fat stores. And quality options for that, sprinting, spinning, weight training, strict meal planning, and now that I think about it, one of my personal favorites is exercise in water. On a submerged treadmill is an excellent option. I'll go ahead and paste a link down low if you're interested in finding out the benefits of exercising on a submerged treadmill, which we have one here in Chico and has been showing incredible results to runners who want to reduce impact while simultaneously increasing intensity. If you think running's hard or sprinting is hard, try doing it against a river of water. Okay, again, my name is Scott Amick here at Advanced Body Dynamics. Feel free to ask more questions and post your comments below. Take care.